So that's what happened.
What do you mean? Did you just
500 years ago, they foresaw the very crisis we're facing now.
We can go over the details once we get back. I know bits and pieces, but
This sounds like something that's going to need a lot of explaining. Okay, that should be enough.
I hear your voice.
Great. Well then, I'm afraid it's time. I was going to ask why you bestowed an ancient name upon someone like me. I'll keep searching within.
You are already an outstanding child.
Huh?
You are all my most beloved children. Your ancient name is just that. Focus on who the story of... It gladdens me to see the Pyro Archon's plan. Go now, my children.
I know we've never met before, Wyub, but I just thank you for encouraging.
Whoa! What's going on? An earthquake?
we're out of time.
It's the power of the Abyss. Quick, we need to run!
It's a Sealy!
Or we'll be stuck here!
Watch out for the falling rocks! Quick, through the middle! Come on, faster!
We'll never make it!
You've done well. Now come home.
We're back!
The Pyro Archon sick.
But she's not here. Yeah, didn't she?
She's still in the speaker's chamber. What we saw in the Night Kingdom.
So you're saying her
Every great display of power.
You must feel terrible, Kachina. Let's get back to the stadium. The Pyro Archons.
I recommend getting a full checkup. Just to make sure no...
Paimon feels okay. What about you, Traveler? Right. You always seem to...
Let's get going. We need to share what we...
Right.
I'll let her every move.
Huh. There's a...
It's good to see you all here in one piece. I know you must have a lot of questions, but let Koichi check.
Thank goodness you made it back. I came here as... Take a seat, everybody. All right, that should do it for now. I have to say, though, I've never seen anyone react to the Abyss like you, Traveler. It's like you're
He always has been special like that. He can even purify its power.
Given the current situation, that ability will likely
Of course. I still have
Thank you, Koichi.
All right, all right. Just give it time.
Yeah.
All right. There's so much to discuss, I don't even know where to begin. I'll get straight to the point. Natlan is on the verge of destruction. It's very possible our...
Huh?
No.
That's right. But I've only ever disclosed that fact to our looming destruction is not a recent development, but the inevitable...
Mualani told us a little bit.
500 years ago, all the nations of Tevat were invaded by the Abyss. Unlike the other nations, Natlan never had stable and deep-rooted lake. The battle against the Abyss was exceedingly long and brutal. Even then, it took centuries of... And still, this is but a superficial victory. The problems plaguing the Night Kingdom are all the more complicated immediately after the war. Our calculations estimated that but at that time, we were a nation of the destined. Our civilization was dying. If we didn't bring the nation back together. So, the Archon had a long and involved discussion with the heroes.
So that's what happened. After finding Kachina, I encountered a strange... Since the plan was mentioned in those memories. But there's still something I don't understand. Those memories showed me the Pyro...
Huh? But that doesn't make any sense. The Pyro are...
That's right. The hardest thing for humans to overcome has always been a god can extend a human's life by using a certain amount of divine power. But, as we all know, Natlan doesn't have god. A human life is like a flame destined to be extinguished only by dying before my time.
So, in other words, this is your...
Yes. We only managed to defeat the Abyss, although if the Natlan of the future was to have a fighting chance, the Pyro Archons that came after the war had to rebuild the decimated... The goal was to reunite the people. Once a tribe was back to its full, the Chosen would then stand by my side in defense of our nation.
So that means...
That's right. You bear the ancient name Umoja. The same one held after your adventure in the Night Kingdom. I trust you...
So in other words, you always knew who the...
Yes. According to the plan, each tribe was supposed to have been fully restored by the 6 heroes successfully inherited the ancient names from 500 years. Once again, it comes down to the deterioration of the...
Just like how the Ode of Resurrection failed to...
Exactly. It's just another tactic the Abyss is using against us. If we want to unblock that information from being... So, I've tried my best. Currently, Shalonin of the Children of Echoes, Kinich of the Scions of the Canopy, and Iansan of the Collective of Plenty have all been acknowledged by their names. During your adventure, you too earned the acknowledgement of your Wayab Mualani. In the process, you gained the memories.
Well, we have less than a...
Yes, but we have no choice. We cannot start the plan. That's also why I haven't been able to take action to...
But if you knew this whole time, why didn't you just tell me?
Perhaps, but the opposite could also be true. Just like your determination to save Kachina.
So I suppose you're not going to tell us who the final 2 heroes are then?
That's right. Their time is yet to come. Putting pressure on them beforehand will only... I can only trust in the judgment of... I have never believed I could solve this crisis alone. Natlan's salvation lies not in its Archon or any... You're quite perceptive, aren't you?
Huh? Oh, right! All the stuff you...
Even though I sacrificed my power, I still... After all, I was the one who allowed you to take that risk. In addition to their sentimental value, the items I stored here held a much...
Fuel?
Yes. The stories embodied by the... Over time, they became on their own. Each by burning those items, I was able to activate it was a rather crude approach.
But
That's exactly why I dragged you all here. No.
You have nothing to be sorry. And then, besides, if they knew those items
Even when you...
the people and the events, if you still have regret, your deeds will become new legends, and
well, we'd still like to return the fake.
well, if that now that Kachina has, and we could all use the rest. Try not to let it get. All right.
When I was young, I used to sit by the hot spring. They attract people from the people of the spring. It's been really nice. I've witnessed their energy. I'm certain one day, when I'm no longer in fighting form, I'll come here and tell stories to all the children. So, you better get busy, Pyro Archon, or I'll end up running out of stories.
Our nation is engulfed in darkness. The abyss is my rage. Will never. But you came to me because I understand your choice. The heroes of today will forge the path ahead with blood and fire. Just remember to earn us. Otherwise, rest assured, I'll find a way to for Natlan.
So, you're gonna head 500 years in the future? But what about the you from right now?
You can't ask her those questions and expect her to answer, my dear. We will do everything we can to read even across time.
Yeah, Mom's right. Well, oh, seriously though, Dad should be here.
I imagine he... Just remember, no matter what happens in the future, we will always love you.
I'll come find you one day. I know I can't live that long, but I'll think of something. There has to be a way for us to meet again one day. If there's an answer out there somewhere, I'm gonna find it. So, don't forget about me.
If that's your decision, then you have my full support, Archon.
May our children live to see such a lovely son.
No one fights alone. The rules are my legacy. They shall grant us the strength.
War forged the 6 tribes.
Who?
We are the inheritors, those who grew, those who forged our... That is Natlan's fire. The lifeblood of our nation.
You here for the victory feast too?
Oh, no. I knew Chaska would be here, so I just came to deliver some medicine. It's not that I don't want to celebrate Kachina and the others. I'm so glad.
Ah, well...
She didn't cause any trouble during your...
Yeah, she was super helpful. She gave us...
That's good.
Is there a reason you asked? You were pretty outspoken when we first met.
Maybe it seemed unreasonable, picking that fight with her before. Her impulse to fight is extremely strong.
So what you're saying is...
Okay, so anyway, I'm just...
What? Do you...
No way. I appreciate the... Oh, and if you ever need a doctor, you know who to find.
Huh. Who would have thought there was a deeper... In the end, it's all...
Let's give a huge round of applause to our brave young warrior, Kachina!
Woohoo! Well done.
I always knew you could do it. You're one to talk. Don't think I didn't know you were the first person to abandon your team.
I had no choice. My friend invited...
Oh, really? So you weren't just trying to...
I wasn't. When he insisted on repaying the...
But the fact of the matter... I'm really sorry, Kachina.
It's amazing.
So,
Our team captain...
Alright. There's no, dear friends, firstly, I'm grateful to my friends that this traveler and his companion Paimon are some of the strongest people I've ever met. They've agreed to let me learn from them. With their help, and let's not forget my good friends, Moalani, Chaska, Kanich, and Dayan-san. They all helped the traveler, and they too deserve to be called our heroes. So...
Well said!
I'll drink to that. How does it... To be honest...
Well, you better get used to it!
Hey, but...
You're here. Have some fruit juice. I got...
How did you know? That's...
You look like you've still got questions. Ask away. Because the thought of telling them, abandon your families and everyone you love, and come with me to... You could just as easily point out that everything in this world would come to an end eventually. But life is short. Imagine if I said, let's leave right now, and go save the sun because it'll flame out. I couldn't make them shoulder that burden with... Besides, every generation will have its heroes, this one included. Or, of course, without me. But since...
I'm suddenly remembering that portrait in your room.
Yes, it was. So when you ask me, from what I've been able to piece together, I can conclude with a reasonable degree of... She played an instrumental role in rebuilding the scions of the Canopy tribe, designing and building... Still, it was an impressive achievement, and I'm very... You feel loss keenly. It seems this is a war, and there can be no war without loss. I am already far more fortunate than those who lost their lives to the people of Natlan look to me as their Archon, and the weight of their expectations is mine to bear.
Yeah, doesn't that mean the way
I suppose, but so what? Even if the future ends in destruction, and it's precisely because this is a pivotal moment. Well, 3 to be precise. There's one for your resistance to the corrupting power of the Abyss is truly remarkable. If you agree to join us, you will not only gain my full support in your journey.
Ancient names?
They can. Several strict conditions must be met, but if they couldn't be forged at all, then the number of them possessing an ancient name would mean that your adventures in Natlan are recorded in full. The Ode of Resurrection may have temporarily lost its power, but just like in the Night Kingdom, I will be there for you. That is a promise I will fulfill at all—
Yeah, we can't just ignore the situation.
Wonderful. Then I'll reach out to Shilonen right away. We've never forged an ancient name.
My lord, we've received word that although your injury complicates things, this is most certainly the opportune time to seize the
Victory and defeat are rules, not outcomes. I have never taken advantage of an— As for you, I must confess,
No matter how dense the fog, as long as the sun remains, we cannot turn day into night. She could have you don't have much time, and—
I'm beginning to see just how useful you heard something from here.